that Americans are very fond of their freedom of speech, and there's a lot of complaining that happens about the government. There's a lot of frustration about the toxic political atmosphere and what the government is or isn't doing, but there's not enough action. There's not enough active citizens out there who are exercising their other First Amendment rights to petition the government, to contact their representatives, to assemble and to gather support for the changes that they want to see made. And I think that it's important that we learn to use all of our First Amendment rights and not just voice our frustrations, but actually put those into action.
Yeah, the things that, the laws that are made, the regulations that are created, they do affect our everyday life. And if we can see that, then we can have more motivation and we can see the steps then with which to change those things that are affecting us. We went through in this trip those tools that we have then to change something. And there's a thing, RAPs. So you guys can help me say what they are. It's religion, assembly, press, petition, speech. And speech, and we have to use all five, I guess. I think that's part of it.
Another thing would be like education. We learned recently that a lot of people aren't taught in schools about their constitutional rights and how they can work the government system as a citizen. And so improving the civic education in schools would be really important so that when people come against a roadblock like that as an adult, then they have this idea of where to start and where to go from.
Well, say I had a grocery store, and I love selling fruits and vegetables, and the government said that I could only sell meats, not fruits and vegetables. I would be upset about that. So I would use the First Amendment and gather some people who would be willing to help me start a petition and go to my representatives and just help me sell my fruits and vegetables.
It's using the internet out there as well as like writing letters to newspapers, and many of our newspapers are digital now, so they are on the internet, and creating maybe a digital type of petition, and then going forward with that to our representatives to have them support us. So we're using the petition piece in our RAPs. And also just making sure that people understand what their rights are. Using the internet has pros and cons to it, but when we're using it for good, so to speak, it makes it so that they can get the information that they need, so they know who they have to go visit and who they have to see and what kind of things they need to have signed.
Yeah, I mean, we have our country was built for civic responsibility, for us to take this thing by the reins, and we have school board meetings, and we have so many local things that we don't necessarily involve ourselves in very often, and yet those are the things that can be so powerful in our own lives. And then, like you said, so there's something we feel strongly about. We can write to our paper. We can go speak places and have our paper pick up articles about us speaking. We can gather petitions on our social media. We can put all of those pieces together into one place and then present that to policy-making foundations like we learned about today here in Texas. And we could say, look, this is something a lot of people feel strongly about. Can you help? Can you do the research? Can you do some of the legwork? We're here to do it too, but can you bring it to our representative? And we can bring it to our representative. We can go right to their office, knock on the door, and they'll meet with us.